Dallasites. No comment.
DART's plans for trains along and under Central Expressway are on time. The first line opens next year. But the expressway itself faces another 4 years of work before any ribbon-cutting ceremony. Although it's a long time off, we know from special computer animation what Central Expressway will look like in the year 2000. Channel 8's Dave Evans reports.
In 1949, Life magazine featured this shot of the newly opened Central Expressway. The mayor then bragged motorists could speed out of the city's heart and arrive home in a more relaxed frame of mind. Well, times change. It is the most congested freeway in Texas, the 5th most dangerous in the country. It was designed for 75,000 motorists each day. Despite all the construction, it now carries twice that.
It's bad.
It was backed up pretty far. I mean, it's a mess.
It was incredibly slow. I couldn't believe the traffic backups.
You're going to be glad when this is done?
Yes, I am. Very glad.
Well, Central won't be finished until the year 2000.
You know, it's wireframed, and then I put all the textures and everything on it.
But already we can see the Central Expressway of tomorrow. Special computer animation commissioned by Channel 8 gives us our first look at a drive down Central in the year 2000. It includes unusual highway design, such as 6 miles of road 25 feet below ground level for noise reduction. It'll carry 230,000 cars and trucks, close to 4 times what Central was originally designed to do. In the early 80s, Walt Heumann helped design the new North Central, a daunting task considering a history of controversy here.
It was controversial very shortly after it was constructed. As a matter of fact, one city councilman predicted that it would be a highway to nowhere, that we did not need certainly 3 lanes from downtown Dallas to Mockingbird. All you needed was 2.
Well, that councilman, of course, was wrong. And now instead of 2 and 3 lanes, Central will have 4, and in parts, 5 lanes in each direction. One of its most unusual aspects is cantilevered service roads hanging over Central Expressway.
The reason that is unique is because we have to build a support system to make sure that the overhang section on those frontage roads is structurally sound.
Engineers came up with that cantilevered system to fit everything inside a narrow corridor, bounded by skyscrapers and businesses that represent 1/4 of Dallas's total employment and tax base. That's why Central has to remain open during construction, although if it were closed, it could have been finished in 4 years instead of 10. Now, for example, workers move a 38-ton cement slab over Central at Lovers while traffic continues, and that's why it's taking so long to finish. So instead of closing shop, businesses like Cafe Brazil have remained open, but they've suffered through all the construction with smaller and smaller lunchtime crowds.
Then when the Central Expressway started happening, businesses dropped off about 30% overall.
While the frustration along Central continues, it's a different story for DART. This is what it should look like, trains running at 14 feet over Lover's Lane, the highway to the west. Then trains will stop at a station near the Meadows building before heading on to either Mockingbird or Park Lane.
For DART's train project, the most expensive and technically difficult work is a 3.5-mile long section you can't see from the highway. To do that, you have to go 120 feet below Central Expressway.
Our animation shows that train near the Lovers station continuing until it enters tunnels at Mockingbird. DART's light rail project south of Park Lane will finish at least 3 years ahead of Central. Engineers believe trains will act as another freeway lane, someday carrying 50,000 people to and from Dallas.
We're about 2.5 miles south of Mockingbird.
The Central project is also unique for one more reason. It calls for spending $1 million per mile on landscaping, tile work, and landmarks. For example, at Mockingbird, Central engineers plan to build 22-foot tall pavilions. So far, no one has any idea what they'll look like, perhaps something like this.
I hope that people in the 21st century will look back and say they did it right, wasn't perfect, but that maybe we change some lifestyles, because Central is not designed to take all the cars that are projected to move in there in the 21st century.
In other words, because of continuing suburban growth, Central still won't be big enough when it's finished. Perhaps a new round of controversy will start again. Right to Central prepares for the year 2000. Dave Evans, Channel 8 News.
And in the year 2000, Troy will still be telling us it's hot in the summer around.
I certainly hope so. Yes, indeed. It is hot tonight. It'll be hot tomorrow. Any rain? Well, north of us, but probably not here. Forecast coming up.